Yo, what's poppin', gamers? How's everybody doing today? Got another awesome group match going on the tournament stage. But real quick, just to introduce ourselves, my name is Ak the Boker, and I am actually joined today by the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who put Spec Rock Cave on the map. Nilsson, dude, how you doing today?
What's up, Ak? I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, brother.
I was not ready for that, so...
I know, that's why I did it. Oh, but yeah, no, this is a very exciting matchup. There is, I think, literally nothing decided in this group right now, so I don't necessarily know if it's a do or die situation for both of them, but I will say that, like, they need to win. There's a lot of stuff going on in this group. I can't keep track of it all.
Yeah, I think this, if I remember correctly, I think it's Telmiran's last game of the group stage so far, so it's
okay.
I think it's a lot for Telmiran. Oh no, it's Boots and GT. Reroll the seed, please.
Did it really say that? Boots and GT?
Yeah. At least I saw the text Ganon's Tower, so...
No. They absolutely cannot do that, you know, that's not how this tournament works. However... You know, if the power just simultaneously went out in both of their, wherever they live, I guess we would just, maybe start over. Oh, but yeah, it looks like...
So, that's awful.
Oh, man. Alright, well, looks like we got a Crystal 6 over in Hera, and regular crystals at Eastern and Desert.
That's good that the Boots in GT, but because... At least Desert is not boots locked, so...
Yeah. We can deduce that you will not see a small key nor a big key on the torch. We know this so far in the seed already. It's only 1 minute in, and I can tell you that.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah. Alright, well... I'm digging these jams we got going on right now. Looks like we just got, like, the full Mega Man cosplay going on. I'm all about it.
It's really refreshing that we're having MSUs in the tournament here in SpeedGaming for once.
I love it. I absolutely love it, man.
Every single time you commentate or you're just watching a race, it's always nice to just hear different sound effects.
I mean, I suppose not everyone that, was within this community. Hey, there's a Moon Pearl. But, yeah, not everyone's probably heard, like, all of the A Link to the Past songs 10,000 times, like some of us have. So, hearing something different every now and then is kind of nice.
Yeah, I feel like it's quite boring these days with the regular music. I mean, everybody, it's like some people might actually like that stuff, so...
Well, like, I want their opinion after 10,000. And then, they can express it after they've listened to it 10,000 times. Any more than that? I'm sorry, it's invalid. We're just going to listen to MSU instead. Alright. Ooh, just missing the spin there in the guard, so I had to take an extra slash. So just tiny little optimizations, but I always enjoy watching how people do escape. You could almost say it's kind of like a, a fingerprint of a runner, so to speak, because... I mean, just this first 6 minutes of the seed, you can see, like, just different strats in almost all the rooms.
You don't really see standard seed like this anymore, because casual boots is a thing, so seeing it without the boots is actually quite entertaining.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, it's entertaining in that perspective that it's slow, right?
No, I totally get what you're saying. I can't be caught on air ever supporting not having the boots, or else my sponsors will withdraw me, so. I do notice that we've already gotten bombs, so that's pretty good. That's kind of like the one thing you're looking for when you do escape without the boots, is finding bombs so you don't orphan those 3 checks. So it looks like we've already found them twice, so we don't have to worry about that. It's pretty nice.
No farming any guards, ropes, snakes, whatever you want to call them. It's pretty sweet escape so far.
Yeah, except Sans boots, but like,
yeah.
Not trying to rub it in.
I think Taelin and Telmiran will be pretty annoyed since I'm the one that rolled the seed for it. So.
So no, wait, you're saying you're the one to blame?
It depends, I guess,
I mean,
on the result, right?
Yeah. We can track it too. So we should do that. Track whoever rolled all the seeds that had boots in GT and just Axel, man. It'll be a new mission for the race council to clean all those dirty bootless seed rollers, and by 2023.
Just ban all of them, right?
Well, I mean, your words, not mine. But I'm not saying I disagree either.
Uh-oh. I'm in deep trouble here.
Oh, this could be your last commentary ever, man. Go out with a bang. That's all I'm gonna say.
Maybe. Let's keep calm over here, right?
All right. Not too much so far. We got that guaranteed small key, as we would have needed that to progress. Looks like Telmiran has managed to find 1 rupee that Taelin couldn't find.
I mean, that 1 rupees.
It could make the difference.
Pretty huge here.
Yeah. It could also make literally no difference at all. Those are our 2 options right now.
We already found a map, so we're guaranteed all items here.
Okay. Hey, there's a boat. That's not so bad. Perhaps we can see a little quirky early game route. Maybe a little save and quit out of Sanctuary. Head over to Eastern Palace. You would hate to leave Kakariko behind and leave the boots over there, but the boots are going to be in GT, so this Eastern Palace, I mean, we don't have a fire source, but outside of that, it's probably not getting too much faster.
I mean, I would definitely go for it. Just go for Eastern before, like you said, there's no boots in Kakariko, so there's you won't lose out on I don't know what it's 6 or 7 minutes by doing bootsless.
Yeah.
Eastern.
Yo, I'm gonna laugh though if anybody checks Lumberjack. I just want them to know that. Don't do it. I beg of you. Stave away from your muscle memory and ignore that check today. It is invalidated. Nothing will be there that you'll want. I promise.
Unless it's their only sword on Lumberjack.
Though I don't believe that's gonna happen. Alright. Good on both of them for not doing that. And I only said that too because I totally could have seen myself doing that in the seed. And like I said, there's a sword and mushroom. So yeah, Lumberjack, get it out of here. We don't need it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you never checked that now since you got that master sword. We're not doing that live.
Caitlin taking a little bit of a detour to scout out to see what the bush crab was. Just hearts. So really nothing too major there. Probably nothing really too helpful either.
I wonder what Telmiran is going to do now.
Okay. Yeah, doing a little save and quit out of the Lost Wood, saving the exit transitions, and then heading over to Eastern. It is yeah. I think this is a great play as well. Maybe a little, not necessarily free, so to speak. I would say that the Master Sword helps a little bit. If you can keep your health full, you'll be able to kind of clear enemies in front of you when you're doing the dark rooms. But again, only 3 hearts and some of those dark rooms. If you get a little off script and Igor kind of gets loose, it can go south really quick as well.
The last dark room in Eastern is not one you play around with. Oh, there's silver, so never mind.
I believe they read what the green pendant was, and I didn't read it, and it doesn't matter. Our tracker did. Thanks, Clear Mouse.
Yeah, Clear Mouse is just way ahead.
I literally saw words on the screen. I was like, man, I should have been paying attention to those as soon as they faded out, and then it was too late. All right. A little pendant Thieves Town. What do you think the other 2 pendants are going to be? If it was, giving yourself immunity from your 2023 Race Council ban, you had to pick this right, what would you pick?
Swamp and Turok.
Okay. Dude, that was honestly kind of what I was thinking too, but now I feel like I got to change my mind. But I'm going to say I'm gonna say Pod. And also Turtle Rock.
I think both runners want Turtle Rock to be a Pendant at this point.
Yeah, that would be kind of nice. Have a long, silly dungeon. Who?
Can't really go mode it either, so...
No Ice Rod Hunt. But then when your go mode's on Trinix, then it just hurts that much more, so who knows. I believe you had quite a few pedestal seeds during your matches in groups, did you not?
And not pedestal, but I had Hammer on Vitreous 3 times. So.
Oh, that's what it was. Hammer on Vitreous. Nice. Oh, that kind of sucks. That's a really good weapon to use on him. Hopefully you had silvers. A few of those times.
I think... nope. I think I had, like, Fire Sword 2 times.
Okay. Well, perfect then. Alright, Kakariko. Not looking so great. We did get a bottle, I suppose. We got a boomerang. Not sure how we feel about those.
I would be happy with it because it's Kakariko and there's like, what is it, like 3,000 items and you got nothing.
Hey, there's the purple mill there in Eastern Palace. That'll kind of help out with a little bit of the nonsenses of damage. What kind of, I suppose? I think everything's still kind of going to do 1 heart you're worried about.
I do like the Taelin shaped library.
Yeah! Uh-oh, busted! You know, sometimes the sweetest item is the item you're never gonna get, you know? We always want what we can't have, and that's gonna be that item that is on the library. Hey, there's the flippers. Was this a blind grab too?
Yeah, this was a blind grab.
Oh, hey, we saved a screen transition there. Nice move. He made up for checking library by doing the blind grab, so
yeah, 100%.
All right. Okay.
Telmiran is playing this safe.
Yeah, not interested in dipping the hearts down. Gonna save, all the health we can get for the dark rooms.
I can't blame him.
Yeah, and honestly, killing those enemies is probably, gonna be faster than, like, going, down to get the fairy, so... If you were correct that you needed that health, then, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Alright. Trying to use these arrows here to target this shifty little Igor, which I guess is on a diet right now because he seems to be a little bit more skinny than usual, but there we go, we found him. Alright. Very well done. Took no damage at all, so pristine. Well, we do seem to be pretty devoid of money so far, and I suppose that could be a little bit of a concern when you have flippers this early, especially flippers without a glove as well.
Oh, look, there's the hammer.
Yeah. Okay.
Starting to get a little bit of money here, but not close to sort of money at all, so that's going to be a bummer.
I suppose it's probably alright. I mean, we did get that hammer. We are only missing, those 2 gloves now. Just need 1 of them, and that'll get us our Dark World access, and then, who cares about Zora then?
True. Unless there's, like, your go mode.
Yeah. Well, then, yeah, I suppose you care quite a bit. Oh, just money on the island there, and then we have a very, very early first crystal, around the 13-minute mark from Telmiran. Striking early.
Strike hard, strike fast, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's close to Sora money now. Thanks,
okay. That's pretty convenient. I mean, that'll give us, basically 3 options to get more money. I don't know if we've checked what the stun prize is. Maybe that could be a way to farm it up.
I don't think Taelin used his boomerang yet. I don't think so, at least.
Might not need to. We'll see what's over in the, Ice Rod Cave. We'll see. Maybe he still goes over to Waterfall. And then, yeah, after that Eastern Clear, Telmiran is going to get their bottle and boomerang, I suppose. Alright, yeah, there we go. We are trying to check the stun prize, but these crabs are a little shifty.
Don't take another hit, Taelin, please.
Yeah.
The crabs actually hurt, so...
They will also kill you, too. Alright, well, you're inching closer and closer to 500. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Taelin, please.
Grab the heart! Do it! Alright.
I guess we're gonna check our stun price on something else later, hopefully.
I don't know if we've mentioned the Ambrosia mode very much. We saw earlier that you, at the very beginning of the seed, you get to know that you're never going to get the boots. That's a lovely feature of this mode. And then the other feature we have is bosses will always contain an item. So you can do some deductions, based on the fact that there's only a couple of dungeons or chests left in the dungeon, but you don't have a map or a compass, but you're still missing one item. You skip them. You just go right to the boss. And I can't say that Telmiran, was paying attention to that, because I think that they did skip the Eastern Palace big key, or the big chest rather.
Yeah. Okay, so stun price is.
Which one was it? Arrows or rupees? I saw them both drop at the same time.
We have a temper sword on the sword ledge.
Well, he will actually be able to farm money here if he does keep up killing the local natives here. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, that was definitely the rupee prize pack, so that red 20 was going to be popping up pretty soon. Alright. Hey Zora, here's some money I got from murdering your children. Do you have a gift for me?
I mean, I guess that's what you get for killing his kids.
To be honest, I think he said, I've got too many kids. Here's some more ammunition. Go take care of a couple more for me. But, I mean, that's up for interpretation, I suppose. Okay, look, we have a double library check, and then they also doubly saved the time that they made up on that library check by blind checking the race game, so, wow.
Yeah, I have to talk with Telmiran later on about that checking library. That's not okay.
I mean, it's definitely not okay, but, honestly, you would have done it too. Don't get it twisted,
yeah,
man.
I
know I would have.
It's not a rando thing. You just check it.
How do you help yourself? Alright. I will say the other one though, like Desert, especially if you're going from, the flute side and mirroring up to it, it is actually a good idea to check that torch, because if there is an item on there that's not a map or a compass, you know that you get to go directly to the boss.
Yeah.
That's so don't give them a hard time for that one. That's the one where there's an exception to the rule.
Yeah, so don't check library and don't check lumberjack when you know your boots in GT.
All right. So we did get that glove over in the Waterfall Ferry, so we do have our Dark World access now. But Taelin is, not quite interested in checking that out. They're going to go ahead and do Eastern Palace. Really not going to get that much faster for them, so they're just going to clean that out and hope, that they don't leave any nice item that they would prefer to have in the Dark World, probably. And that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Might dash. Well, he doesn't have money. Taelin doesn't have money for pod. I was thinking it might be going down and opening up later when he's done with the Eastern, but nope.
Oh yeah, but they can get the 90 rupees that are hanging out in the in the back, you know, instead of taking a left over to Armos Knights, you can take a right and go get $90.
That's true. Taelin do have more health than Telmiran had going through this dungeon.
Yeah, it's still going to be in the dark, but you know, if you can't see them, they can't hurt you. That's not true, but
you can always imagine, right? Always imagine.
All right. We'll see how Telmiran wants to handle this situation, you know, wanting to head over to Zora without the money. They have not been over to Hobo yet, so that will get them the money, but that really is just going to depend whether or not they want to swim all the way up and back.
I think normally Telmiran might... I don't know. Telmiran might just do it because it's a check, and if you don't do it now, well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're escaping Hobo.
Okay. This would be kind of funny if they, like, you know, get these items here, and then they check Zora Ledge, and maybe, like, double back on Hobo, and then get the 300. They might just not do Hobo here, also. I'm uncertain. Alright, that's a glove. Dark World access for both runners. Oh, good blue potion, too. I think I missed that the first time around. Okay.
Let's see what Telmiran does here. Well, you definitely pick up the sword, right?
I think so. I think the sword's probably a pretty good grab. You're very early in the seed. You haven't even gotten to the portion of the seed where you know you would really want that sword, so you would hate to be losing time because you didn't get it. But then you'd also hate losing time if the butter sword was just like, you know, super free as well. It's the good old joys of Rando.
I guess the worst part now of Telmiran, if he's like looking for go mode item, is like, oh no, Sora. Sora's still Sora's still right there.
Yeah, it is going to be very isolated for them, so that's definitely a notch on the mental damage meter, as I like to say. They're going to have to, you know, have that isolated orphan check in the back of their mind for, you know, the entirety of the seed. Alright, bud. Without the Zora check, without the Hobo check, Telmiran
Just going to...
I guess...
Oh, he skipped down.
Damn, okay. We can do a little dam to Agina, or are we going dam in the Dark World?
I think just damn to Agina.
Okay.
I think... Like... I mean, it's a check that you will probably skip for the longest time, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, there is some huge value in that play, especially if you find something early. And then, you know, the Dark World access is also relatively early. You could be putting that check off for a really long time. But they most certainly did fake me out. I thought they were going to Hype Cave for sure.
Same here. I was like, oh, no. I was like excited to see the map, to see whatever. It's Turtle Rock Pendant. Okay, we're not doing Agina. Oh, okay.
Alright. It was too much mental damage to have Dam and Zora on the mine, so we're just gonna keep Zora, and then, you know, keep the mental damage to a minimum. Alright, there's our map check. It is Turtle Rock and Misery Mire. Well, you know, we were both right about Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
I think that's impressive. I'm impressed with us.
It just felt like that, right? Like, it just felt like it's Pendant Turtle.
I mean, you could smell it, man. It was just in the air. I don't know what it smelled like, but it was awful.
It smelled like Sora's dead children.
Yeah, it's quite the spell. Well,
I mean, that's a pretty depressing Hype Cave, if I may say so myself.
Yeah, I would say that really didn't get too many great things there. We got a red boomerang and a shield. Alright, let's look at these pendants for a second. Pendant Mire, Pendant Turtle Rock. There are a handful of items that are very specific to just those dungeons.
Yeah. So, in a good scenario, we don't need any medallions, right? And no flutes.
Yep. Samaria?
Well, Samaria might be needed for GT, but that's a different story, right?
That is a different story. Wait, what? What if Samaria was on Lumberjack? We were wrong this whole time.
Oh no. That would be funny. That would be funny.
I know that would. I mean, yes, it would be funny, but like honestly, I wish a lot of evil upon people, but this is not the case. I don't want this to happen to anybody. All right.
Just imagine panic between these two whenever they hit GT and they can't get the GT big key, but they got the boots.
So I saw Taelin here killing some things. They are being very, very hostile going through this Dark World, and I believe they are kind of interested in heading over into Pod. They are short $10 right now, so they're trying to see if, hey man, do you mind loaning me $1? And then when they say no, they, smack them with their tempered sword and see if they had anything in their wallets to begin with, but kind of looks like they're kind of interested in that play to me.
You can't blame them, right? It's full clearable, and you get, what is it, 5 items in bottom?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Exactly. Now, I wonder if this is going, since they did get that 50 from Pyramid, I wonder if it's going to deter them away from Catfish. Yeah, so we are not seeing Catfish from them. And there was only $20 on there, so skip it for the entirety of the seed, no big deal.
This is gonna be a scenario of Taelin later on, like for Telmiran. They isolate Catfish and...
Yeah, they each have a alternate isolated big fish, one from the other, so the mental damage notches are on equal footing as well. I was just thinking that too. Alright. Well, Telmiran's gonna take this portal over to the Dark World instead. But we're not going to do it this way. We're going to have to go around, unfortunately. We didn't get that second glove yet. Alright.
I might assume that Telmiran might do Green Pendant Thieves before wanting to go to Pod area.
I mean, I guess maybe it depends on what items they get. Maybe they'll still do it regardless, just because it's, economical to... kind of turn those in on the way to Pod, save you a trip over. But this is definitely the point where the seats can get kind of interesting, especially if one of these locations is more front-loaded than the other. That is a flute.
I mean, it's nice for movement, right? Mm-hmm. But you don't want to see that one.
Yeah, a flute that, I mean, I guess it would get us up, Death Mountain, somewhat logical, but as it sits, that flute doesn't necessarily unlock anything until we find those mitts. But it will be nice because, we, assumingly Taelin is probably going to head over to the Dark World and the Village of Outcast time, sometime during the seat, so they will be able to turn the flute in whenever they get over there. Ooh. Little handsy there in Skull Woods. We're gonna get grabbed. Just reset this room. We can try again. No big. It's all right.
He's Gibdos is not playing nice.
No, they're hanging out with that statue right where you want to be pulling it. They're like, we've seen you come in here and steal our treasure. We know where to stand. You're not fooling us this time.
All that for a small key. Because, Skullwood's like the worst dungeon when it comes to keys, except Pod, because there's small keys everywhere.
Yeah. You don't even need them either. Okay. Good on Taelin for remembering that, They don't need to go check the vanilla big key chest. That was pretty much guaranteed to be a small key because we've already found 2 non-small key items in the front there, so would have been just spending a small key to get another one.
Aliens totally just did remember that because Taelin checked the library earlier, so they don't want to like yell that later on.
Maybe they remembered it on their way over. Maybe that's just how they kind of wanted to route it. I mean, it is kind of nice. I guess getting this extra small key could help you out a little bit going over, and then not having the boots or any way to bonk over to get the other one kind of was what was making this a little awkward.
Telmiran actually got a pretty good item. Half magic.
Okay, yeah, that's really nice to have. And then, yeah, we can just ditch out of all of the rest of the checks in Skull Woods. They are not going to have anything. That last item we're looking for is going to be on Mothula.
That's a nice part with Ambrosia. You always know that there's at least one item on the boss, so you never have to actually think about, oh no.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it can be a double-edged sword, of course, because then you're also like, hey, there's 2 items in Skull Wood. I'm gonna get one of them on the boss. Let me just kill Mothula. I'll skip the other. Who cares? It's just one item.
Taelin getting rewarded in pod because a flute and powder, so that's 2 checks. Well, you can activate the flute and do magic bat at the same time.
Yeah, definitely economical for getting both those fetch quest items to, you know, be turned in the exact same spot.
Hey, look at Telmiran. There's your Sora money.
Okay, there you go. Ooh, taking a death there in pod. I think we do have a fairy though. We did get one. It was over in the dam.
That's actually pretty nice because Taelin needs to set up a death ward if they don't want to go the whole way to Helma later.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It'll keep you from, you know, forgetting you dying early. You can't accidentally use your fairy in a death warp when you've already used it when you died. It's galaxy brain when you think about it. Well, it's the second time we've refilled our health in the dark maze. Well, we are in Pendant Pause. So you said that your buddy here, Telmiran, they're going to full clear this dungeon?
I assume so, at least. I would be a little bit surprised if they didn't, because I mean it's Green Pendant, so it's technically 5 items from this dungeon.
Okay.
If this was like regular Pendant, he would probably skip out, I think.
Yeah. I was just trying to get a little sneak peek into the future, but yeah, I mean, you know, we didn't really necessarily get. Oh, well, we got a mirror.
Telmiran's like, what do I do?
Oh man, I love it when you actually get to physically see them thinking by the movements of their sprite. Yeah, I guess that mirror was enough. That mirror is a. Oh, sorry, I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
That will make it. Oh, look! Oh, look at that ice run. That's nice. I was gonna say that makes the pod a lot easier for Telmiran to navigate.
Yeah, not having the death warp and all of that, and you know, they don't necessarily know it yet, but that puts all of Upper Death Mountain in logic too, because now we have a way to get across as well.
Was that one item, or was it like 2 items from Thieves, or I actually didn't pay attention to how many items he picked up.
That's a great question. I would say maybe 2. But let's just say at the most 3, because it couldn't be any more. That's a lot of dicks there for $20.
Looks like Taelin might be a little bit stuck here in the turtle room.
Yeah, this room is really tough. I was kind of wondering how they were going to handle it. We did have, you know, a lot of safeties and stuff, but no fire rod, no medallions or anything to get through. It can be a little tricky sometimes, but they made it through. Their health was full.
Oh, there's the mids.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Looks like Telmiran got a pretty good route so far.
I would agree with you as well. Like, you know, both of them doing kind of the north route out of Kakariko, so not going to the well. I mean, you couldn't even get the mitts if you had went this way because they were behind the mirror. So yeah, this was fantastic for them. And then yeah, remembering, oh hey, I get the mitts, we can just go ahead and get the Smith sequence out of the way too. Like I'm probably never gonna be closer. And by never gonna be closer, whenever they come back to turn in their flute.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Still taking the crystal lead here for a while until Telmiran wants to go and beat a crystal dungeon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, Telmiran did get all these items, but Taelin did get another crystal. Very long crystal too with pod, and then we, you know, are uncertain whether we're going to absolutely need that flute or absolutely going to need the magic powder, but the cool thing about both those items is they're still really just good to have.
Yeah. Flute is always nice to have because you can just do all these quick movement between paths and oh.
It's
Okay.
really... This is funny to me, man. We got mirror.
It sucks to get book right there, but I mean when you're
No,
going down
well,
when
kind of like the
down
better
with
time to
purposes,
get it.
Yeah, like at least you have your way into desert, but you don't have a fire source.
He's just progressively getting like the item chain to lead him to do all of these things. Like, oh, I got the mirror. Well, can't really do anything with that. I'll just go down here. Oh, there's the mitts. I can do the Smith sequence, but we can't do bombos or anything. Oh, hey, look, there's the book.
Yeah, just like working out perfectly right now.
Yeah, man. If he finds a fire source on either purple chest or, like, hilariously enough, like Bombo's tablet, then he can just go pop right over into desert.
I was like, here, you got everything you need to just beat your dungeons. Here, take it. Let's see if Magic Bat got any progression here from Taelin's side. Sadly, that was not progression.
Yeah, it looked like nothing there. So I'm a little bit distracted. I may also be watching the other race intently as well, so if you hear me start calling out some random items that you've never seen before, it might just be because I'm watching the wrong seat. Okay, so there's 10 bombs. We still have one more chance to get our fire source, though, over here in Agina. Might just be going in the desert altogether. I mean... Well, I think we'll at least scout the ledge. This is a good call. Good call. Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, sure. Well, actually, you were speaking about that. You were talking about a fire source.
That book did lock a fire source. What the heck, man? I mean, I guess not necessarily locked by the book. We do have flute and mirrors, so we can get it that way as well. But what the heck, man?
This is quite a sequence so far for Telmiran. I bet Telmiran's just laughing right now. Maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
Hey, I noticed someone said just hookshot then, implying that we only need the hookshot for go mode, and I'm like, that can't be true. Like, Clear Mouse has only clicked like 4 buttons on this tracker so far. But as I look a little closer, I think that's right. And
Yeah,
that's absurd.
Well, we have a scenario like you mentioned earlier, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But
No, I mean, it
still needs Mario.
It's absolutely going to happen. You know, we're still going to need that Samaria and Lumberjack that we absolutely have no idea about. We are just assuming.
Yeah.
Where are the boots at? I'll give you a hint. You can pick a number between 1 and 26 or 27. They're somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's not in a perfect spot for these runners, but I think they're all right with this. Yeah, you did you not get an item? I guess we didn't get an item.
I think we did actually. Yeah, there was bombs, so it's tough, man. It's like the hardest part of playing Ambrosia. You need like a sticky note on your like monitor or whatever visual source you use to just remind you that bosses have an item. Don't open these other chests. It's very hard to remember. Alright, but yeah. Getting that fire rod. We'll be able to finish Desert out. We'll be able to, you know, get this crystal. Then after that, what? We can go clear Hera. We can go clear Pod. We can finish Skull Woods, get an item there. Ice Palace.
Oh, you can finish every dungeon except one.
Yeah. And then, how many places are there in the game where that hookshot can't be? Alright, well, let's think about it. You have the back of Swamp and you have Hookshot Cave. That's kind of it, man.
Yeah. Honestly, it being, oh, Turtle Rock, but oh no, we don't have actually Samaria, so.
Yeah, I mean, until we find Samaria, then that could also be the case. And I suppose there's some logical implications in Ice Palace, but like, psh, that's just like a check or two anyways.
I think the best part right now for these runners are that as long as the hookshot cannot at least be inside Mire at this point.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Oh wait, so yeah, we don't even need to go into Mire unless we're going to get the to go in and find the Samaria.
That could be only the only thing that Mire got that these two runners might need.
There was something else too. I forgot to mention it, but Ether was hanging out in the cave that is, famously named after you, Spectacle Rock Cave.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting grab there. You see it, and you have no idea whether or not you need it or not. Your brain's saying, no, I don't want that. Get that out of here. But like, it could still be required.
I think you just have to pick it up at that point, because why would you ever go into Spec Rock again?
I don't know. I was thinking like, don't grab it, and then you're kind of forced not to ever go into Mire or Turtle Rock because you never grabbed your Ether, and then you're just like, well, it's not my fault. I don't have Ether. You know?
It's the game's fault.
Alright.
I wonder what Telmiran is gonna do now. What's the next play?
They have a lot of options open to them. That Sanctuary, so this could be Skull Woods, this could be Death Mountain. I mean, Death Mountain doesn't seem that heckin' bad, missing one item and there's like 100 items up there. But then also imagine like not checking anything in Death Mountain at all and just go-moding it.
You don't want Death Mountain?
Sounds pretty sweet too.
That would be quite tempting, to be honest. I think this is just go and clear your crystal, and I guess you go and check Graveyard Ledge, maybe?
Yeah. I guess you could check Pedestal too if you want. Like, man, if I wish I was on Pedestal. Holy bananas, this would be silly.
Well, I mean, it cannot be on there, right?
No, it can't. You're right. That's not possible. You're 1,000% right because of the boots being in GT. So you passed the test. I knew that.
You actually made me think there for a short second. Wait, how would that even work?
And then as soon as you said, I don't think that's possible. I don't know if you heard it, but that was the sound of my hand hitting my forehead, going, "Man, I'm so dumb."
This is gonna be interesting though if Taelin decides to go through all of these. Or just mirror out.
Yeah. Okay, but what if Telmiran checks Ped? Do we get to maybe be a little snarky about it, or is that off limits?
I think I might have to take a team talk with him later.
Okay. I hope you're taking notes on all these things you got to talk about.
Oh yeah, I did the same thing with Arctic Fox in his group.
Okay, good. Yeah, Nilsson takes notes on his SGL notepad during races. He's a very good commentator.
I tried to be, but I rarely take notes anyway, so. Interesting that Taelin took a death warp when he picked up the mirror.
Listen, man, I know that you probably didn't need to do that because you had the mirror, but like also you just got the mirror and you weren't expecting it. You had Death Warp on your mind the whole entire time. I get it, man. I get it. I would have done it too.
It was like, Telmiran, do I go back or do I stay or what do I do? Please.
Alright, Moth being a little kooky today, but that is a dead Moth. That'll be a crystal, and that's going to be a hook shot on Mothula. Alright, it's just 10 arrows on Mothula.
Imagine if that was a hook shot, you just go on everything.
I guess kind of a nasty spot for that hook shot would be like Pyramid Fairy or something, because you kind of get hedged into all of Death Mountain before you go back and do that, I would assume. Oh my god. Look at this! They are not checking the pedestal.
Well, that's good, Telmiran. I'm proud of you.
I'm beyond proud as well. Yeah, these tournament settings very, very zany. Make you use your brain like the whole entire time. You can never just like turn it off and open chests. You do that, you're gonna start doing dumb things because they make you do a lot of logical implications. Being good just isn't good anymore. You gotta be good and smart. It's crazy.
Imagine being smart and playing random.
Yeah. There's mitts for Taelin. Now, will they double back and do the Smith sequence? They don't necessarily need to, and like...
Unless, like, there's a... Well, I mean, the book was on Smith right now. Where was the book now again?
The book's on Smith, but they are going to show us a different way to get over to the desert area. They're going to do this flute and mirror combination. That'll get them their fire out all the same.
And Ether from Meyer, which we can't even go into, so...
Well, there you go. That Ether medallion looks even more silly now, don't it?
Oh, look, there's a shovel. So if you ever want to do a, what is it called now again?
Dig?
You can actually do your shovel at the same time.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Oh. Doubling back. Wait a minute, I kind of want that. I kind of want that item.
Do you think Telmiran would check Lumberjack now?
I was hoping. Alright. So we are seeing our first trek up Death Mountain. As it sits, just looking for a hook shot. Taelin just has one obstacle here in Desert Palace, and that is remembering that they do not need to open the big chest. It's the only boss fight in here. Lamos, that's just a side boss. The real boss is not opening the big chest.
I think with Taelin's a lot easier to not open it because you mirror out from that entrance over there. And you pick up the item over here, so that's probably a lot nicer.
Yeah, yeah. Of course. Alright,
I wonder if Telmiran is going to pick up Ether as well.
Don't do it. I don't believe, man. I don't believe in it.
Please, Telmiran, don't do it. It's a trap.
Oh.
No.
You know what? They're not really just doing it because they're picking up Ether. They're doing it because they just want to pay respects to the Nissan Alex cave.
We need to change the hint pile in here. Or something about
I will say though, does it really count as your cave when the boots are in GT?
I don't think so.
That seems to take a little bit away from it.
Go on, Telmiran. Let's see if you can bonk without boots.
Looks pretty nice there. There we go. Good bomb jump. All right. Well, I guess some other Sorry, go ahead. We always do this, man.
I know. We just like to talk, I guess.
No, you do it.
I was gonna say that the only thing that could be huge here is the Ether tablet got something that is like a hook shot.
Hook shot on Ether is bananas. Like that is just straight to the races for Telmiran, as they'll be in go mode, and it's locked by a book that Taelin doesn't have, but it is just a piece of art. All right, now I'll float by my interesting scenario. What if the Big Key and Hera is vanilla, and then they elect to wait, for the hook shot to do it because they can Hera pot, and then the hook shot's upstairs? What about that?
That is quite interesting, but it's not a vanilla Big Key.
What if the hook shot is in the Hera basement, and they get a small key, not from Moldorm, because he's going to drop an item?
Would you do it yourself?
What if...
Okay, never mind.
We don't have to worry about any of that at all, because we'll get both items and then it's just done.
That's a lot of what ifs, but I like it.
Okay, I just wanted to float by all of the potential options that, I think we spent longer talking about than they did, eliminating them. Alright. Okay, now this is going to be really tough for Telmiran because they're going to be walking through all of upstairs Hera, and there's going to be a chest right here in front of them. There's going to be another one that's a little out of the way, and there is nothing in them. But it's right there. It's right there. Oh!
No, what are you doing, Telmiran? No, my brain.
It's okay, man. It is okay. It's a hard thing to do, man. We're setting the groove. We're just grooving. I guess in their case, they're listening to A Link to the Past music, so maybe not grooving quite as much as we are listening to Taelin's music right now. But you're just doing your thing.
Well, good news for Telmiran. That shovel means nothing.
Okay, hookshot's still at large.
Well, maybe we get it here. Is this the scenario we're talking about? Nope.
Nope. Alright.
That is unlocks Pyramid Fairy, though.
Yeah. I was gonna say that too. Hookshot not directly locked by Hera itself, but, could be in the Pyramid Fairy. I saw Taelin sneak over, do a little shopping break, after they had finished that last crystal. Kind of made me think they were going over into Ice Palace. Maybe they want to do Skullwits first, then into Ice, or maybe it was just... Maybe they expect to find the hookshot, sooner than later, and they just want to be prepared for their climb. Man.
This is a long wait for a hookshot, actually. Like
also kind of...
item away.
Yeah. How many times have you ever gone up to Light Death Mountain and still had to check items up here, but also you knew the whole time that you were never going to go into Hookshot Cave?
That doesn't happen that often, unless it's like, I don't know, entrance.
Yeah. That's a pretty kooky seed.
Oh, I just figured out a thing, a big what if. Just imagine we're not touching Swamp right now, but the hookshot is right there.
In Swamp?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that thought has crossed my mind, and I, wanted to call an exorcist because I don't like those demons resting in my head. I do not like hookshot in Swamp. It's no good.
It hurts my soul as well, but I mean, we don't really have that many options here. Well, okay, there's
Are you sure? Well,
I guess Turtle Rock.
I guess if Turtle Rock is Ether, I may be eating my shoes here in a bit, especially if the hookshot is in there. Well, and then also, very happy, but also very disappointed that, Kana Samaria is not in Lumberjack, and we gotta go get the boots from GT and then go back and check Lumberjack, even though we never had any incentive to check it in the entire seat, except for that, 0.1% chance.
I feel you, Anik. I feel you.
know,
I'm
man.
disappointed as well.
I mean, I'm happy, but I'm disappointed. You know, it's hard.
I was gonna say it's Taelin gonna check head, but then I realized Taelin got no book, so
Yeah.
good job.
I do have a lot of respect for the bookless ped check, especially if you do it when you have book. It's a little bit of a saucy move because, you know, you get no information from it, but man, doing it on restream, it's a very Chad move.
Oh,
What?
there's what? Telmiran, you're in go mode.
Mirror? All it's just gonna go is ba-bam, ba-bam. Save and quit. Alright, well that's go mode, believe it or not, and Taelin is not gonna be far behind from that go mode as well, and they are up a pod clear as well. This is gonna be a little tight, man.
This is gonna be very tight between these two.
Yeah. Taelin has a wonderful opportunity to save some time too in Hera by skipping, you know, the middle two chests as well.
If Taelin remembers to do it.
Yeah, and Taelin also has a flute too, man. That's a another excellent point as well. I don't really know who's ahead right now.
I think maybe based on that flute already, Taelin got a bit of an advantage already.
Okay.
Because if he has flute away.
Let me think about pod here for a second. So we had a flute in the first chest, okay? Then we had a map over on the other side, which you were forced to go to. I don't remember where that big key was.
It was in the root beer basement.
Okay, I mean, that's a really good spot for it, for Telmiran, all things considered. I mean, not only will that get them powder, which is kind of like the one item you would like to have, I suppose, for GT.
I'm trying to just think here.
Assuming that it was
can do
there.
Swamp now, and then he will do Icebreaker and the whole go mode Ice Pals, right?
Yes.
And then you can just save and quit from pod when you're done with pod, and you're up on the mount, so you don't actually need the flute.
No, I mean, like,
But it's
as far as not having the flute, yeah, they do have a pretty clear path, you know, to all of these dungeons without really needing too much movement. But pod is a very long dungeon too, so
I think Taelin still might have a little bit of an edge right now. Maybe.
I think so too, but it is definitely not outside of the realm of GT routing. I wouldn't say it's outside of the realm of GT execution.
Slash whoever finds the boots last.
Man. Don't know, I would never want to be put in that position. You get Big Key in Hope Room, and I'm like, I don't want to go up there yet, man. I want to get those boots first. I don't care if it loses me time. They make me feel good.
And you search through the whole GT, and it's just the more than 2 chests.
Now, let me throw another hypothetical at you. What if Taelin does Spiral Cave, they get their item, then they go to Paradox Cave and get their items in Cane of Samaria, and then they go open Turtle Rock and they say, you know what?
Do you mean like they were skip out the Super Bunny Cave?
I mean, I wouldn't think that would necessarily be unreasonable, but I would necessarily think it would be very unfortunate.
I'm still trying to just figure out what Telmiran's looking for.
Okay, this is very... Okay, no, they are going to Paradox and not Super Bunny this way, so... This will make things a little different here, and then, you know... If you're going up to that Turtle Rock portal, you gotta think you're probably gonna open it too if you can. And doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna go in, but I mean that is time lost, and you don't want to be spending time in your opponents in go mode.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried here, Taelin. I mean, if you got Samaria right here, and you probably have the correct medallion, right? You have to. I mean, you don't have to, but you probably checked Super Bunny before, right?
You know, like honestly, if they didn't,
Oh.
I wouldn't fault them for it.
Well, Bombos is not there at least, so.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just hope it's Bombos, honestly. Let's not even make that decision. And yeah, that was also the other option too, was you know, could have done Death Mountain in the Dark World too. That thought also definitely can pop into my head. But we'll see what choice they're gonna make. Like, I don't know, man. I think they're all reasonable. It's just we know that one is very, very good and one is very, very bad.
What is Telmiran looking for?
I don't know, man.
This hurts my brain. Okay, it's Bombos. It's Bombos.
Okay, that's best case scenario there. So not even gonna waste time even opening it. Good job.
It's, extra map checks. You make sure that it's a pendant.
Okay. Maybe they want, you know, powder, lamp. Maybe they're looking for the other pair of boots. I don't know.
And Taelin heading go mode.
All right, there we go. So we have basically a race between Ice and Swamp and Ice and Pod. Taelin has a flute. Telmiran does not have a flute. Benefit though is Telmiran's kind of already like halfway done with Ice Palace, so it's a race, man. It's a race.
Yeah, and I mean Taelin going straight for Ice Palace. I mean, makes sense for fastest dungeon for Taelin to do.
Mm-hmm. Though these extra checks, these extra like item fanfares, I mean that time will add up, especially when like you got a race where it's tight, man. They're hot on your heels. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal in the long run, but man, you have two people like side by side in the same room, then you see like one of them open a few chests and the other one skip it, like they zip right past. It's a small amount of time, but when they're that close, it's not negligible. But he did get the butter sword. Well,
I mean, you need to stop checking items because your boots are in GT, dude.
Realistically, too, like that butter sword there, that's probably a time save because this cold stare is going to die, like, probably a lot faster than the item fanfare of picking it up. Oh man.
Well, this is definitely a race between these two.
I am like, I just can't wait until like, you know, Telmiran's in Pod and Taelin's in Swamp, and I'm just, you know, looking at both the screens. Who's ahead? Who's behind? Who's ahead? Who's behind? What a seed, man.
And Taelin's not picking up Butter Sword, so we'll lose not much, but I guess a little bit.
It's kind of crazy too, like how they both did everything. Like there was so much variety in how they each got to the end game, and yet like they're there at roughly the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I find it still funny that Telmiran's way into that fire run was through the book, and Taelin with the flute. So
yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, all right.
I mean, half magic Butter Sword shouldn't be any issues.
Yeah. Most certainly gave up the advantage of the, you know, clumping them all up with the butter sword there, though, for sure. But not dying, also very good, too. But man, Taelin is just right behind them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's because, I mean, it's like you were saying, opening up all those chests. It adds up.
Alright. And this will be another situation where we won't see Taelin use Bombos. They'll use it a different way, mostly because they were kind of forced into it.
Oh, Taelin.
Yep.
There we go.
Alright, so that blue potion trip paying off. You know, these are some really froggy cold stare fights, but they both got them down. Honestly, I was not sweating it. I don't think anybody was sweating it. Nobody was sweating it.
I mean, I was just happy to see the mirror shield. That's why I was like doing the sound of it.
I'm just gonna take a drink of water though. I'm not sweating. I'm leaking. A little dehydrated.
So Taelin's gonna go to Swamp, doing that cutscene while Telmiran gets the cutscene from Kiki, opening up pod.
Gosh, pod is so long. Swamp is so long. And then, like, the big difference here between these two dungeons is Telmiran does have to go, you know, trek all the way to the back to get the big key. Taelin literally can just fly to the boss as fast as possible. Doesn't care about any of the chests. Hasn't been opening any of the chests, so you know that they don't care.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
Well, I would say that Taelin got a lead at least. Because of the fact that Taelin doesn't open any chests. Telmiran has to open chests. But then again, anything can happen in random. So.
Yeah. I'm curious because we're gonna get like a really good benchmark of like what's faster. Go mode swamp or go mode pod with, you know, pod big key in the bag. Are you sure it was in the money room? Because that's a big, big deal.
Pretty sure it is. I am not sure anymore.
Okay, no, I mean I'm not saying it. I literally have no idea, so I'm not saying it because I doubt you.
I just took a wild guess it was in there because I was like, I don't know. I don't know. It's too much right now.
According to our tracker, you were right. So honestly, you should play some rando, man. You're pretty good at this.
Yeah, I did, and it didn't really go that well. So
nah. Those are throwaways, man. Don't worry. Alright. Really unfortunate you're kind of forced back here with that early, you know, early not key. Alright, so he gets one small key, he has to spend a small key. There's powder and there's flute, so you still have to kind of get a small key as well. That's pretty awkward also. So, no matter what, you kind of have to come back, well, I guess at that point you mirror. Okay, yeah, this will work out.
You need to. Was there a small key here on the?
Yes. Yeah.
You drop down and get the small key right there.
Well, he's gonna have to drop down. Yeah.
Yeah. Or not.
Well, like this is fine. It's just. It just doesn't work, but yeah, he's gonna have to drop down. Oh yeah, this is a good point too. No, I think they'll probably get powder regardless. We were wondering, depending, they'll get powder.
Oh, there's a small key right there, so it's fine.
And there we go. They picked the right side to get their powder. But yeah, it does look like Taelin is gonna probably have like you know, a little bit more than 60 seconds here, I would say, give or take.
Yeah. I was starting to get worried that Telmiran was going to search for more items.
Yeah, where's our lamp, man? I suppose that thing could be anywhere. How many lamp lock items have we gotten so far in the seed? Not too many.
I don't think we got any that's like super important for a seed.
Yeah.
I don't think we're like. I mean, except for killing the bosses in Dark Room, which is like one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're like that far off. You could just be in Thieves Town in the back.
Alright, well that is crystal number 7 for Taelin, so feel free, if you'd like, go ahead and do some Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing games. Now, I don't know how many potions Taelin bought. I know that they had bought some earlier, and they had to use one in Ice Palace. Don't know if they're going to go get a refill or not. If they do, you know, that is time that will be given back to Telmiran. If they don't, you know, cheese the GT, this is your race to lose, as, you know, it sits right now.
Are we playing the GT Big Key guessing game or the Boots guessing game?
Okay, we are going to get potions. You know what? Let's do both, man. It's like the lottery, but then we got the Powerball attached to it. So my guess is the big key is going to be in check number 6, and the boots are going to be in check number 9.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess number 1 is boots and number 22 is big key.
Okay. Okay, that works.
Just to make it a little bit more painful.
That is definitely painful. Yeah. Yeah, next time they get a boots in GTC, just let me and Nilsson just edit the item placements a little bit. We figured out a way to make this work out really well, I think, over this session. Alright. So really not that far behind, by the time Taelin gets into the Dark World, Telmiran's probably going to be trekking up Death Mountain, unless they also elect to do a little shopping before they head up. I think they don't have their blue either, right? They used it also?
I think Telmiran got his blue left. I don't think he used his fairy either, because he haven't died what I know of.
Okay, well then maybe he hasn't used any of them. Then yeah, we probably wouldn't need anything then. Alright, save and quit. Oh, he has also doesn't have a flute that's activated. That probably seems pretty reasonable as well that they won't go do it. Hey, you never know, alright? Maybe they would have walked up there. I was just trying to go over options. I wasn't implying anything. Alright, so we got about a...
Yeah.
1:10:22. Now, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, you never know with Telmiran. He was still opening chests for a long time.
But, with GT routes, man, like, one route against the other can save you upwards of 4 minutes. So that's literally the difference it can make. But if you do the same route, obviously it's not going to save you much time. The boots aren't on the torch. Who knew?
I mean, that would just be fun.
Might as well, man.
Like here, you boots in GT and it's on the torch. You can't even grab them.
Just kick me while I'm down, why don't you?
Yeah.
All things considered, pretty fast seed, given we weren't going to have any mobility items. I mean, Telmiran never had the boots, never had the flute, really, and then the hookshot was their go mode, so...
Taelin's gonna go, I guess this is just go full left and hope you find boots slash GT big key.
Are we taking this to Rando Room? Like, I mean, if the big key is in Hope Room, like, the lead is already swung. And Telmiran got into GT about 90 seconds after Taelin, but if Telmiran literally just finds a big key in Hope Room, or like continues over to Compass Room, like, there's no lead anymore. It's over. It's already squashed. That's crazy, man. All right, well, here we are.
We're doing Hope Room, so this could be.
Okay, all right. What do we got? Big key in. That's a big key in Hope Room. All right. So just like that, 90 seconds, boom! It is now a lead for Telmiran. Lead change, just like that. Holy crap! Hope Room. Oh, that hurts, man.
Telmiran, you're gonna look for boots?
Really?
Really?
Don't. My man, just get out of here, dude.
Dude,
all right.
Come on.
Well, okay.
I mean, boots were in random rooms. It's not too bad, but I mean,
my heart goes out to this because I love the boots just as the next person, but I mean, I think we just saw the race spin around. And are we gonna see it go back in the other direction? No, we're climbing. All right, well, Taelin went full left too, so like ultimate insult to injury. But I mean, they're gonna have boots on the climb. Is that gonna make that much of a difference?
I mean, it's like you said earlier. Telmiran haven't had boots / flutes slash hookshot until like super late. Well, Taelin had flute early, and we'll have boots, so it's quite fun in the end.
I mean, like, you know, some of these upstairs gauntlet rooms can feel a little messy without the boots. And there we... Taelin making their way over, gonna get this big key. So basically, just really just a few rooms behind, but it does have those boots. We got a tortoise in the hare situation right now, except, you know, the tortoise that is behind is the one that also is faster because they have the boots. So really this metaphor is making my head spin, but like, just roll with it, please.
This is gonna be interesting to see how much boots will impact this gauntlet.
I mean, like, it's not just boots, though. It is everything, right? It's boots, it's how you use them, it's also how you are comfortable with not using them, how comfortable you are in general. Like, this is a race, man. I haven't stopped bobbing my head this whole entire seat, by the way. I'm jamming, man.
The Mega Man X music is so good.
Alright. There we go.
Solid gauntlet so far from Telmiran.
Honestly, not bad, not bad. Okay. Making good use of that powder that we found, because we did indeed check those chest and pot in the right order. Granted, he might have opened those chests anyways. Alright, well that's Lammo down. Taelin in the second room of the gauntlet. Literally sprinting, trying to catch back up. Right. Good whiz rope.
This is quite tense.
But you telling me, man?
And I also like the music right now. While Taelin's trying to catch up.
Yeah, that double guard room was a little bit slower because, you know, they didn't want to get knocked off because of those, you know, lack of boots. You can't dash past them, so did basically slash them off the ledge. And those guards are jerks too, so I don't blame them. Alright.
Taelin catching up.
Yeah, they're like I said, right there, right there.
Telmiran, you can't jingle glitch anymore.
It's alright, man. We're just trying to make this as interesting as possible. I mean, we are just a few rooms back. You know, there's also, you know, 4 chests here along the way, too, that we can also open. Hey, we got a heart, you know, that's not so bad, and 50 bucks. It's okay, man. We're just trying to make it as close as possible. It's not like I have a heart condition.
Oh my god.
Oh, man, I'm loving every second of it.
Oh, this is quite intense.
Hey, look, we got a full health refill there. Don't need the fairies.
This, like, you're like almost in the same room soon. Oh no, Taelin!
Alright. That's Moldorm 2 down. We are running out of leg, running out of ground for these boots to actually matter. There's a bug net.
This room without boots is so awkward.
No, but Telmiran did that very well. Like, yeah. If you can get past those little mini Helmosaur bullies, you just kind of like hold up there, you will, you know, make it through before they get you. That was an excellent display of holding up. Ooh. Alright, that was just one on the first cycle here of Aga 2.
Oh,
that was another one.
Oh boy.
We're gonna be in the same room at the same time if this 1-1-1 keeps up, man.
This should be more than one, right?
Okay, that's a 2. That looks like a 3. All right, so we weren't going full binary. And yes, momentarily, we are in the same room.
Oh, Taelin gets 2.
That is a 2. I think there was...
And no. Was that a 1 or 2?
That might have been just a 1.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
Well, that was a 0, so... All things even after Aga. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
He's
no.
actually gonna have one extra cycle.
This
Anyways,
is exactly what Telmiran needs.
Telmiran into the Ganon fight now does have Butter Sword, so getting the 1-1 significantly easier than, you know, doing it with just the Tempered Sword, so
Yeah.
shouldn't see problems here, but Ganon still does hurt. Telmiran does have a fairy. Telmiran does have a blue potion.
Yeah. Should
So
be fine, though.
well, the thing is, dying still takes time. Maybe not as much as, like, you know, having to restart the fight, but you would have to wait for the fairy animation. You would have to stop, you know, get the potion out, use it, wait for the hearts to refill. But we are past the dangerous phase. One more slash, 4 silver arrows. Telmiran will have squeaked it out with the unbelievable Hope Room burst against full left. Excuse me, Hope Room into Big Key into check Stalfos for boots and not get them into Climb GT. I've never seen this route in all of my days. Alex?
I mean, you don't see that often, right? Like,
two more arrows.
just play it safe, and you
We're gonna
only
get
have a
one.
bridge there. So
One
I'm
more
not gonna do
slash,
anything.
one more arrow, and that is GG. Make it across this bridge, and then, yeah, Telmiran.
Don't stand too close to the bridge right now. You don't want to fall off.
No, don't do it, please. My heart. Yeah, we're going up. All right, man. GG's. Wow, what a race!
Yeah, that's.
Well, I love it, man.
I don't think it could have been more closer between these two.
Dude, look. Telmiran even put in their own custom Triforce text for this race.
You cannot kill me. I am.
How did they know? Oh, man. And then, yeah. Finishing just, man, what, 26 seconds afterwards? Taelin. So, insanely close race.
Yeah, GG's to both of them. That was quite a ride, Ak.
Oh, baby. What a race, what a race. Oh, well, we'll see if they want to come in, chit-chat, go over a little bit of the deets of the race, or, you know, the scope of the tournament. And there we
go. Yeah. Joined by Taelin, GG's.
GG's.
Did you enjoy Ambrosia today?
You know, honestly, all things considered, it was pretty nice.
So I have to ask you, what did you think about the boots hint?
Oh, I laughed so hard, but I was so happy. I'm like, yep, not getting hovered, suck it.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Yep. It actually helped a lot, because it did tell, you know, if Desert's a crystal, it can't be boots locked, that's fine. The hook shot can't be in Mire, so that's good. You know, there were some things that it really, like, led on early that helped.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Neither of you check Lumberjack, too? Like, I cannot begin to tell you how impressed I am at that, to never, like, just fall for the bait. So, you both
I fell
did
for it a
really
couple
well.
times. There's a couple things I was like, oh yeah, it can't be in the library, dummy.
To be fair, you both did that, and then you both made up for it, because you both also blind grabbed the item on race game, so it was like, you know, net neutral on that one.
Yeah.
Also joined by Telmiran, GG's.
GG's.
So, did you enjoy your boots hint, Telmiran?
I laughed, but I was not surprised. It was Nilsson who rolled the seed. So.
Right?
Hey, don't call me out, okay? Don't call me out in that one. It's fine. It's fine.
You know what you did. You know what you did.
Yep.
The race council also knows what he did as well, so honestly, like, your days are numbered, mister.
So I have to ask you, Telmiran, what were you looking for at the end? Because we were opening so many chests, and it made me almost go insane.
Well, I was actually thinking I was ahead like a lot. I was feeling really good, so I was the first at Salsa's room. I was looking for boots, and at the end I wanted to find cape just for extra safety on Ganon.
Okay. Makes sense. No, Had it ever occurred to you, like, maybe just to have a, under the table gentleman's agreement that whenever you, like, get Ambrosia and it says your boots are in GT, that just coincidentally, you guys may be neighbors and there was like a power outage in your block and it was like, oh dang man, maybe we should just get another seed?
Oh no. We were talking and trying to figure out what mode we were going to get, and neither of us had Ambrosia, so we were like, all right, so it's Ambrosia is what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I went into GT, and everything in my brain told me DM, because that's my normal go-to is the DM route, and then I only found one key, and I'm like, don't feel like it's going to be on the right side. I probably should just keep going, and that's pretty much what smoked me. When I found it in Hope Room, I'm like, and I'm in serious trouble.
Yeah, you most certainly did feel the wrath of, like, the maximum amount of possible punishment for your GT route. It was very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it in Hope Room, I was like, I am absolutely broke on this one. It's got to be a fall, or they full cleared Thieves Town, or like chased catfish, or something outrageous to give me a chance. But I knew I was in trouble at that point because it was a straight line, and yeah.
Well, kind of. It was kind of weird. You both, Telmiran got their fire rod via the means of the book, which was from the smith. And, you had gotten your fire rod via the means of the flute, and you both did, like, kind of the exact opposite things at the very beginning, and then, like, somehow still managed to get your go modes so close together. It was really fantastic to watch.
I really struggled with going to the mountain for density, or just going for ice, hoping it was there. But I was like, man, if it's hookshot locked, that's going to be a lot of weird bomb jumping I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went for the mountain. And, I mean, it was the last check on the mountain, but I'm glad I found it, because then it was just race. I felt good and okay about routing and stuff. I felt like I had a chance, but, man, that GT was...
Yeah, but Big Key could have easily been, on left side, on Rando Room, or on Armos, and you would have, taken the fastest route to get there, but...
Not this time.
But, man... Definitely grats to you, Telmiran, and I was looking at the standings in the group. It seems like your group is very hotly contested right now, so I imagine the win feels pretty good.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it all day, trying to figure out the different outcomes, and of course this was the best for me.
I think you're locked up, Telmiran. I think you got it now. The best case scenario for me was I had to win, because you had tiebreakers on me, and so did Chimo. So I had to win. So I'm out at this point, mathematically. The best case scenario is if I'd have won, and then Orange would have won his next two, and everyone was 3-3. That's what I was kind of hoping for, but not to be.
It could have been a four-way tie.
It would have been a four-way tie. Everyone would have split.
Yeah, I don't think me and Ag would be able to. I think our hearts would explode if that would have happened.
Yeah, I would love to watch it. If there's any three-way or four-way tie, man, I call dibs on commentary for that.
Oh, I want that
at the same time. I'm ready.
I need it in my life. So, yeah, I think mathematically I'm knocked out at this point. But compared to last year, I mean, I made my goal. I qualified. I took a game off a higher seed. So I feel really good about my main tournament for the most part.
I mean, as you should. Like I said, I watched you play. You played fantastic. There is definitely no shame in it. This tournament is very hard. We got all these crazy modes. Everyone's really good, and then also, like, man, sometimes it doesn't even matter how good you are. Rando is just going to be Rando. So, definitely no shame at all, my man.
So, very excited to see Telmiran continue and go deeper in this tournament. I'll be pulling for him.
Thank you. I will do my best.
How does it feel for you, Telmiran? Because this is your first main tournament as well.
Yeah, I think I'm at the same as Taelin here. Like, I qualified for the first time. Like, my goal here in the groups was to get 2 games. Like, if I win two matches, I would be happy. So going through it's big for me. It's really, really big. So now I have to get some new goals. I guess get through the first round at least.
First place. Shoot for the stars, man.
Just win it all. Just win it all. Do it.
That can be the goal if I get to the finals, I guess.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty reasonable too.
Okay, just keep in mind, Telmiran, that since you made it out from your group, or I think you made it out now, so you're the team leader for League next season. So I will take no responsibility for whatever happens. Just saying.
Well, we talked about that yesterday, so you know what's up.
Yeah. Like I said, I take no responsibility for next season, so it's fine. It's fine.
Well, I suppose on that note, anything else you guys would like to add or say? Any trash talk you'd like to throw out for any potential opponents? Man, this is definitely your opportunity.
I just want to say thanks to Ack and Nilsson for the comms. Thanks for the restream today. We had a really fun race. Telmiran's one of the really good ones. I have a really good group, and it's been very cordial, so I do appreciate it.
Awesome.
Hopefully you don't take... go ahead, Telmiran.
Sorry. Yeah, the same from me. Thanks for the restream. I was nervous for it, but I guess this must have been a really fun match to restream. I can't wait to look back at it, see what actually happened between us.
You guys might laugh for me act, so hopefully you laugh. So
I hope so.
I'm here for it.
All right. Well, I suppose on that note, that'll wrap us up. However, if you guys were interested in watching any other randomizer later today, you can literally go pop over on a Link to the Past randomizer channel. You got Willard facing off against JP Brewers. I think Brewers took the first game on him, so a little grudge match between them. That's probably about 30 minutes in, and if you don't want to watch that, don't want to watch anything that you can't be fully committed to, go to SpeedGaming 4 right now, and then you have Rywick versus Malzantalos. Is that how you say that? I don't know. I've never actually said that name out loud. That should be starting like right now, so if you leave now, you should be able to go catch it. What I'm saying is leave now. Have a great night, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Thanks, guys.